Attention, Austin guitar players and bass players. Are you in need of setup or repair on your axe? Well, I have the guy for you, gang. That's Jason Swedberg over at J. Scott Lutherie, and you can find him at J. Scott Lutherie on Instagram. Now, if you listen to the show, you know I've been talking about Jason for years. Why is that? Because I've been taking my guitars to Jason for over 20 years. Not only does he do the best job, but he has the best prices and the fastest service in town. Again, find him at J. Scott Lutherie on Instagram. Not only is he doing an amazing job repairing and setting up guitars, he is now building guitars. That's right. He built me an SG Junior, which I have, and it sounds amazing. It feels great. It's the very first SG Junior he ever built. I've got a J. Scott Lutherie SG Junior. You can go see him at J. Scott Lutherie on Instagram. Get a guitar built. Get your guitars fixed. Get them set up. J. Scott Lutherie on Instagram. Let's get down.
And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here?
It's time for How Did I Get Here? And now here is your host,
All right, hello. I'm Johnny. I'm your host. Welcome to the show. I hope you guys all had a good weekend, whatever it is you did this weekend. It's been a good weekend. I'm still in Houston, hanging out with family. Skyrocket actually had 2 gigs here this weekend on Friday and Saturday. My grandma's 99th birthday was Thursday, and they had a party for her here on Saturday. Got to see tons of cousins, tons of family, old friends, people I haven't seen in a long time. It was really great. And for those of you wondering, my grandmother's doing a lot better. A lot better. It was very, 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 very sketchy a couple of weeks ago. But she's getting back and she's getting healthy. So it's great. It's great to see her just great to see that turnaround and see her doing well. But I have been in Houston for a long time. I'm here just sitting in the kitchen doing this now because it's raining outside. I've been liking doing these podcasts outside. Talked to Eric Johnson yesterday for the podcast. You'll hear that in a few weeks. I'm pretty excited about that. It was fun. Seems like a really nice guy. We had to talk about all kinds of stuff. I was trying not to talk about gear with him. That was my goal, was to not talk about gear. And I don't think we said one thing about gear, but it's kind of hard to talk to Eric Johnson without talking about guitars, pedals, amps, anything like that. So you'll be hearing that in a few weeks. Gang, I have a great show for you today. My friends, the band Ladyfang, are on the show today. We have Rocky Joseph, the drummer, and Brett Markin, the guitar player from Ladyfang. You can find them at ladyfangmusic.com. Their latest single, Sidewalk, is available now wherever it is you stream and download your jams. I suggest going to Bandcamp because that really helps the bands out a lot. They've been releasing singles steadily over the last year or so. Their singles, Narcissist, How Long, Replay. Get out there and check all those out. You can find them at ladyfangmusic.com. There's links to all their socials there. Brett and Rocky and I have a great conversation. It was super fun, and it was in person. I'm so tired of doing these Zoom conversations, but it was so great hanging out with them in person. We had a lot of laughs. That band is just amazing. They're like a modern glam band. That's what they are to me, like a modern glam band with all of these elements of music that I just really love. They're actually playing a show in Austin on Saturday, June 25th at the ABGB with Half Dream. They're going to be recording some new tunes at the Bubble with our old friend Frenchie Smith. You've heard him on the show many times. And Brett and Rocky and I have a great conversation. So without further ado, please enjoy my conversation with Rocky Joseph and Brett Markin from the amazing band Ladyfang. Let's get down. Talk about musically, but then I got the nice surprise that you were coming along as well.
Yeah.
And are you a television guy?
No.
Like the band Television?
Oh yeah. Television.
Yeah.
Television, Wire.
There's some real there's television moment. Like, yeah, not like, oh, dude, television, but like if you're like a television fan, you're like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
It seeps into your jams.
Totally, yeah.
It's fucking great.
Yeah, I dig television. And Wire.
Who's Wire?
Wire, they're like...
You're leaning up just a little bit on that microphone.
They're, it's kind of in that, like, post-punk vein.
Right.
Late 70s, I think it was their first album. Like, 79 or something, but...
I have no idea about Wire.
Yeah, well...
No, me neither.
But
I'm going to look it up.
let's check it
Are you
out.
a television guy?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. But I see what you mean about Brett's licks.
Yeah. Well, it's got like that kind of like weird angular thing.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, me too.
Kind of like post-punky,
It's badass.
weird shit. Yeah, that band The Sound. I was really into that band The Sound
I don't
for
know
a
that
while.
band either. I gotta
man,
start
you know
looking
all
up
these
some bands,
dude.
man.
Well, I don't know. I just
I'm lame.
All
too
right,
much
kids,
time
get
on
out
my
your
hands.
pens. Brett Markin is gonna tell.
yeah, not Macron.
No, Macron.
Not Macron. Not as into that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. But
Yeah. Rocky also
Yes, sir.
is here.
Hello.
For those of you, I know I talked about you guys in the intro already, but
yeah.
but you guys are both here. Your band's been around since 2016.
So
Is that kind of the deal?
yeah? So
Or how long?
well, technically, the band started as a case for Brooklyn in 2013. So we had a whole different lineup. I wasn't in there. It was Chocolate and Kara
Okay.
were the original members, and there was another guitar player. So they started the band in Austin and moved to New York City in 2014. That's where I was, and I started playing for a case for Brooklyn 2014 until 2016 they moved back to Austin. Chocolate was still in Austin, so it's Chocolate, Kara, another guitar player, and Brett wasn't in the scene until 2018. So technically this lineup we've been refreshed as a band, so I'd say the start of this new songs, all the songs that you hear,
Yeah.
started in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah. But we've been like together since 2016.
So you moved here for a band.
I did. Yeah. It was
What?
a big move.
That is a big
I didn't
move.
even know what Texas looked like.
Where are you from?
Well, I grew up in Pakistan, Karachi. So I moved to the States 10 years ago, and I lived in New York for a bunch of time. And
Were you
then-
playing there in Pakistan?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of fucking scenes going on there?
Dude, we used to be in... There'd be like all kinds of scene, but the scene that I really found myself in was metal.
Yeah.
And it was all...
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You have a bit of
So...
you have a bit of a metal vibe, which is
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
I know, I loved it. And, I was in that kind of phase where the only genre that rocked was metal. And I didn't listen to anything else and blah, blah, blah. But then I started suddenly playing in a pop band back there, rock and pop. We covered anywhere from Maroon 5 to Bon Jovi to fucking Evanescence, whatever.
That gives you quite a vocabulary, though, as a drummer.
Yeah, and it helped me a lot, but...
Right? I mean, doesn't it?
It did. At that point, I wouldn't say I was really serious as being a musician. Like, I always found myself being
the
like...
Maroon 5 didn't make you cross the line, man.
So I just found myself being like, oh, I'll just play drums for fun and blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, the scene was killer back in Pakistan.
Why'd you move to New York?
My brother lived in New York, and I checked out New York while on my... Like, I traveled to Boston for something, and my brother's in New York, and he's like, you know what, come to New York City and check it out. So I did, and I was like, I went back home, and I was like, no.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not.
Yeah, once you
Pakistan doesn't really measure up. No offense to anybody there.
Totally. Once you look at New York and the skyline and like whatever it has to offer. So I did my due and lived in New York. And do I want to go there again? No.
Did like when you moved to New York? Like what were you gonna? You're like, I'm gonna play drums, or what were you gonna do? What was happening?
No, I found a job under the table. Worked as a stock boy in a cell phone store. So all I did was like beep, for like 8 hours.
Those jobs can be kind of cool. You can listen to music the whole time, right?
Yeah, but that fucking shit eats you because you can listen to music all the time, but all your movement is like via computer and like scanning shit. So I didn't do that a lot. Then I moved.
You were working at night too, right?
Yeah.
Like, do like 8 hours there, and then you'd like close a bar or something.
Yeah, and then my brother was working with this wedding film company, and I started like looking up how to work Adobe Premiere and like started editing videos and
For weddings and stuff?
yeah.
That's brilliant.
So then I got into like the whole wedding music kind of deal and did that for 4 years and was done doing it.
Yeah.
Then I worked in service industry and I'm still in the service industry and I love it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Brett? Where are you from, man?
So I grew up around like Fort Worth.
Okay.
So, not too far of a journey, but grew up there, went to high school there, in Keller, Texas.
Okay.
It's kind of Keller. Yeah, it's out there. Keller. Then I moved down to Georgetown. I used to
Go
play
to school?
baseball. Yeah, I went to school, played baseball there a couple years, and then moved here, like 5 years ago. And
Why?
yeah, just been here. Just kind of, I don't know. Just wanted to be around. I knew I always wanted to do music.
Yeah.
I've been playing guitar for a long time, man. Like, I don't know, since I was like 5. So
Really?
yeah,
How did you ask for it, or did someone make you play it, or
I
what's going
did
on?
actually. I saw that movie, the Jack Black movie.
Oh, School of Rock.
School of Rock?
Man. Yeah. Yeah, man. like Zach Mooneyham.
Yeah,
was my guitar hero.
Dude, that was one of my inspirations too. So
All right, I didn't know
damn.
that.
All right, I didn't know that about you.
Fucking old. I am old.
But,
No, you're not.
No,
I
I'm
saw that.
53.
And I was like, oh man, that looks cool.
That's not old.
Yeah.
That's not old. No.
No, but I wasn't a little kid when. I mean, I was like, my ex-wife is a photographer, and she shot him and Linklater for like the premiere of that movie.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Damn.
but we were already had been married for like 10 years at
Oh, right
that
on.
point. Anyway, so that's what got you into it.
Yeah, and then I guess just growing up, I just had a buddy that played drums, and we just jam and like make our own riffs and songs.
Yeah.
And that's
No
kind of how I
Maroon
got.
5
Yeah,
and
no
Bon
Maroon
Jovi.
5. It was more like, what. I mean, North Texas. Every kid loves like Metallica or whatever.
Yeah.
Like Lamb of God and
Oh yeah, Lamb of God.
the speed, like heavy groove riffs. So it's playing a lot of that.
The name Lamb of God always makes me laugh.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
It's just funny.
You jammed on some Lamb of God.
I did,
don't know.
yeah.
We've,
Like with them, or you played
No,
them?
I
Okay,
wish.
okay.
No, I would never. They'd probably kill me. Be like, get out of here! You suck.
but sometimes in practice we sneak in some.
Yeah, we sneak
Lamb
in
of God
some Lamb of
jams.
God and just
Freak
double
out
bake.
Kara and chocolate.
Where does Kara come from musically? What's her background?
She grew up in the valley, so she was right next to the border, and she listened to Selena. She
Yeah.
listens to like mostly classical, and like she loves all the pop stuff. Like
It's wild. She has a real New York sensibility to her musically.
yeah, absolutely.
Right?
She loves New York City, and if there's a chance for her to just stay there, she would. But it's hard living there.
Dude.
Yeah.
Being a musician or an artist, it's it's
Yeah.
I mean-
I played Mercury Lounge one time.
yeah, it's
A&R and I did.
Yeah.
In our old band Gowdy.
yeah.
And our sound guy / tour manager got to come into the show. But we had a van and a trailer, and literally our roadie guy could not find parking. He just drove around
Just circled.
while
Yeah.
we played the gig.
We played the Mercury Lounge as a case for Brooklyn, and it was like, I remember it was on a Monday evening. It was snowing. Who's gonna come out on a Monday evening to Mercury Lounge to see local bands? And we just had like 4 of our friends in there, but we still rocked it out. So
Did you ever see a band Deadbeat Darling there?
No. See, I didn't even have a chance to explore the music in New York City. It was just like subway work,
How did you get connected with Kara then?
Craigslist. All of us did.
Oh.
Through each other. Like,
Oh,
we
really?
found Brett on Craigslist.
Yeah, I'd never
Yeah.
been in a band before, and I was like,
So what did you just play it in your room?
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically.
Wait, this is the
And with
first
a buddy.
band you've ever been in?
Yeah.
It's hilarious. It's crazy.
It's
but
pretty
he was made for
pretty
it.
dumb. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Were you
Thanks, man.
engineer? How did you get interested in engineering?
I mean, I don't know. Just
He's got the Ableton brain. As
yeah,
we call it. It's like,
I mean, I've been recording myself and my buddy just in our bedroom when we were growing up. Like, we were just kind of like getting some really shitty mics and just plugging them into this horrible interface, and we're like, oh man, we gotta post this online. Like, we gotta. That was like still like MySpace too.
Yeah,
so we
yeah,
had like
yeah.
this dead MySpace link now.
MySpace.
But,
Dude, that's the one thing that our generations are like. I'm so fucking glad that I didn't have the chance to get instant gratification
Yeah.
when I was a,
Yeah.
like when I was a kid, man. Like that band behind you, that photo is 1983. That's A&R up in the top one, but the lower one, that's like playing my first band gig at someone's house in 1983. But like, if I would have loved to have that shit out for everyone to hear, but not now. You know what I mean?
Well,
I'd be
yeah.
mortified if that shit was out. Fucking mortified. I was 14 years old. Like, what the fuck was I doing?
I don't know. Weird.
Is that MC5 on your wall? What was his name?
What's that?
That portrait. Is that?
No, those are portraits of me. Just people really see me very differently every time.
Wow.
You mean Wayne Kramer?
Yeah.
Wayne Kramer,
It
yeah.
does look like Wayne. That was me in my Wayne Kramer phase.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
Frenchie's got one of those, right? The American flag.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, his American flag strat.
But yeah, man, I was just hanging around. Like in Georgetown, there was one studio that was there. It was called like Red Silo, and I was like, oh, I've never like been in a studio before. I'll go check it out. And just doing like building like sound traps and like soldering
Yeah.
mic leads and stuff like that. Learn a little bit of that, and then
Well, now you're scoring for like movies and shit.
well,
Film.
Really?
yeah, my girlfriend's a dancer.
Exotic.
She can't hear that.
Sorry.
No, we made a
Sorry.
submission
What's her
film.
name? What's her name?
Her name's Celeste.
Celeste. I'm sorry. That's just, I'm going for cheap laughs for the audience that isn't you.
She dances with Blip Switch, Arcos, and a couple other kind of groups.
Right.
And so we made like a 10-minute dance film that I did some music to, just on my laptop, and it got accepted.
What kind of music did you do? Like,
Oh,
was
man.
it electronic music? Or
It was electronic
weird
music.
guitar music?
It was. Oh man, I don't know. Lines are kind of blurred in that kind of. When you're scoring, it's just like, oh, can I make a crazy sound with my guitar? And like,
Yeah.
can I record that? Cool. How can I like digitally manipulate it
Right.
inside a program with like plugins and all that kind of stuff? But yeah, we made that. It was a lot of electronic ones these times around, a lot of those sounds, but it got accepted into the dance festival.
Congratulations,
So-
man.
Yeah.
So we're stoked on that.
Yeah. I just, that guy Graham Reynolds?
Yeah.
He does like film scores and stuff. I
Mhm.
just talked to him. His situation though was pretty insane. But we got into this thing. Are you into like film scores? General, like just like I like this guy.
Yeah, I'm big in. I like. It's kind of cliche, but I like Johnny Greenwood.
It's not
stuff.
cliche.
Well, Johnny Greenwood's like, I don't know. Anytime anybody says like, "Oh, I love Radiohead," it's just like,
It's not because you love Radiohead that you love that guy. The way that like you can hear the bow on the strings of a cello is
Mhm.
fucking
He's
unbelievable.
a
It's
freak.
brutal.
yeah,
He's like a brutal. It's brutal and beautiful.
yeah.
It's insane.
And I guess like other soundtracks, like like Explosions in the Sky.
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
Thing and
What was there? The Friday Night Lights, right?
yeah.
That shit was great, man.
I listened to a lot of that growing up too. A lot of like
Yeah, they were
Big.
from up there,
airy guitars.
right?
They're from here. I'm pretty sure, right?
No,
I have
Really?
no idea.
We could argue
Misinformed.
all day about early '90s indie rock bands. So how do you guys write? So what's the deal?
Oh,
Well,
It's different every time.
it's
Yeah,
different
man,
every
it's-
time. Someone brings in a hook, like if Brett will bring in something, we would work around that, and then
Kara's
We
got
just
some chords and
jam,
melody
yeah.
and,
it's someone brings a tiny piece of idea, and definitely, and it's not like I don't know if you've ever written a song that somebody wrote, and we were like, we're gonna work around that. It's just been
Just an idea, and then
just
you
an
guys
idea, and
develop
then
it.
everybody does their own part. Kara gets down, writes melodies, and sometimes she'll even fucking write lyrics in the matter of like 10 minutes. Because one thing I love about Kara is like her lyrics, and of course her voice for sure. But
Oh yeah,
as a
Voice is great.
lyricist,
yeah,
she
lyrics
is
are great.
yeah.
amazing. So yeah, that's the process.
And it usually happens pretty quick too. Like
Yeah,
if somebody has an idea and it's not working, it'll just kind of like fizzle it out, and we're like, all right, let's just record it, come back to it. Sometimes
Sit
in
on
like a
that.
year, like we just
Oh, yeah.
did one the other day. That was like
we just sat on
Like
this
3 or
song and we
4 years
found in
old.
one of her recordings and like iMessages, and we were like, oh, well, that song sounds pretty good. So we're gonna record it next
Yeah.
month at the Bubble with Frenchie.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Who did these singles that you have out now?
Frenchie.
Frenchie.
Frenchie. Frenchie did all this.
So there are
How the fuck did
couple.
I didn't know that. How did I not know that?
He did at least 4 out the ones that you see, but there are like couple that he didn't do. But How Long, Replay, Sidewalk, Narcissist are done by Frenchie.
Okay, so me and him have been friends for fucking 31 years. Me and Einar have been friends for like 33 years, 34 years. That guy,
He's
He's
a
a
madman.
he's
I
a
love him.
he's a madman
I love
really
that dude
not.
though.
in every way,
In every
but
good-
like in every good way.
Yeah,
in every
yeah.
good way. The guy's
Yeah.
fucking insane.
That's I think
Yeah.
that's what I fucking love about him. He'll just come up to me and be like, just snort a cigarette.
I just don't know. I don't know if he wakes. I don't know how he just wakes up and just. It's like, all right,
There's
we're
like
going.
there's like a machine element to him.
It's
His hummus.
I'm a lot more
sandwiches.
emotional than he is, and Einar too. They go through the world a lot less dictated by their feelings than me. They get down to business all the time.
yeah.
I need certain parameters, and I will get down to business, but I am a little like whiny.
Yeah, I mean,
It's true.
I don't know if they make those kind of people anymore in the world.
Yeah, they're like 50s guys.
Yeah,
they're like
it's
your
like-
grandpa.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
that-
mean in the best way possible too. I don't
Yeah.
mean that
Totally,
like
yeah.
they're racist or anything, but they're like an old school.
He like once I offered a drink to Frenchie and he's like, "Sorry, I've been hungover since the '90s," and because he doesn't drink anymore. And I was like, "Major respect."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That just see that answer too.
That's the
Yeah.
thing is I still drink. Oh, you saw that bottle in my thing.
It's
I'm
good-
not like
it's
you,
good for you.
fucking drummer of Guns N' Roses over here.
I don't know if he's like that.
So,
no, but
Yeah, that guy was like on a drug rehab show and stuff, right?
What's his name? Steven Adler.
Steven Adler, yeah.
Adler, yeah.
Can I tell you guys something funny?
Go for it.
When our current mayor became the mayor,
Yeah.
Steven
Oh
Adler,
God, yes.
the day that he became mayor, I tweeted, shit. I thought I was voting for Steven Adler from Guns N' Roses,
That's
but I
hilarious.
used his at Steven Adler, like the mayor one, and he loved it and retweeted it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Then,
all right.
oh my God, dude. Then at this Austin Music Foundation thing, I played a song at some event, like the last event before everything shut down in 2020. And he was speaking after me.
AMA, is that the one? Austin Music Awards? Is that what you're talking
No,
about?
Austin Music Foundation.
Okay.
We had this event called Feel the Love or something, and these different people spoke. And I got up and played a song and spoke about the necessity of community in our community. And then the mayor went up after me. But before I went up and played, we were both standing in the backstage area. I was like, hey, would you get a picture with me? He's like, sure. So we take a picture. I post it right before I go up there. Dude, by the time I got off stage, I don't know if you guys remember, like in that 2020 area, like when they did the whole homeless thing, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden the camp started, but like he was hated So I post this picture, go up, play a song, say a couple words, come off stage, check my phone. I've got all these. I'm like, whoa, a lot of people like this thing. And I look at it, just all these people
just
you
people
should have
saying
killed
shit.
him while you said like, I was just like, oh my God, it was insane.
What have I done?
Yeah. Anyway, so how did you hook up with Frenchie? Was that through
Oh,
Craigslist?
Pure love.
it was just love, man.
Yeah, how did you guys meet Frenchie?
Cosmic.
We reached out to him.
Yeah,
we were
my,
like,
my buddy Alejandro.
oh
was
yeah,
like-
Black Odyssey.
Oh yeah, I
we
love
used to
him,
work
man.
together.
Yeah.
Awesome
Oh yeah, I
dude.
played on a tune with him for Soul Singer. Amazing, beautiful soul singer. I'm drawing a
Emeralds?
blank on his name. No. Tall, lanky. Oh God, he was in our program. Drawing a blank. Sorry. He wasn't that year. Okay. Drint.
Drint, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Man, they had a really cool video last year. They shot it in some like art greenhouse that's kind of like, it looks like a greenhouse. It's not a greenhouse, but it's like this glass. Anyway, you should
Yeah.
check it out.
I saw Alejandro and Black Odyssey. I saw them at one of those drive-in shows. Remember when they had those drive-in
yeah,
shows
was it
out
the
at that
Hot
place?
Spot?
A Hot Spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Damn.
fucking great, man.
Yeah, they're killing it.
Yeah. So Alejandro
But yeah,
introduced you
he's
to
like,
Frenchie.
you should check out this dude, Frenchie. And I was like, oh, cool. Like, he knows what's
Yeah.
cool. I'll go check out Frenchie. And then,
Yeah, he just like showed up at one of our practices
Yeah,
in
and
our
then
studio, and he
it's-
just sat down, took notes, and
we're
told us what was wrong, what was right, and we were
Yeah.
like, cool. I mean, and all the things that he said, we worked on that, and we were like, all right, we know what he means now.
yeah.
And it's just easier getting in the studio with them. It's, you know, like I said, he'll bring out
What
the most out of you.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's like your
I've
Aaron
seen-
R
I've-
guy.
yeah,
you
I've
know?
seen it a lot. It's pretty. It's actually like the best kind of producer you can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like really, like he's a very empowering producer. I've never seen him even when. That's the other reason. My emotions dictate. Like Frenchie can be like you can do something terrible and he can still be like, hey. So what we're trying to do? If he came to me, I'd be like, dude. So we gotta. You know what I mean?
We gotta
Like,
talk, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's great working with him because like he has completely changed a couple of our songs in like a good way.
How is that met like initially? Was it met? Because I've been in that. I've been an artist, and I have had people come in and people that all of a sudden are just real fucking honest, but you've never heard someone actually say that before.
Yeah.
These things without telling you just you're a genius and you're awesome. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like people that come in and they're like, it's kind of there.
I feel like when we work with Frenchie, he has this, I don't know, he could do that. I mean, you probably know better, but when he talks to us, it's like, I don't know if he talks to other artists that he records. Like, he'll just get down to be like,
No, it still happens, man.
it still
yeah?
happens. Well,
Yeah.
all right.
I mean,
he's good at selling it.
He's
Yeah.
like an extra pair of ears. He's got a good ear.
yeah.
I don't know. We're
And
just gassing up Frenchie right now, I guess. But
Yeah. This podcast is about Frenchie Smith. Chris.
But I mean, it's always stuff that'll like serve the song and like stuff that
Well,
would
that's
never
yeah,
consider.
and that's the thing as a young musician. Do you make a transition as a young musician from caring about what your thing is? You're like my drum fill, like that's the whole song.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To like the song is the song, and then all of a sudden when you take that step and you're like, oh, I don't need to actually solo after every line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all maturity.
Oh yeah. I've been guilty of that a couple times. But
How old are you?
26.
Yeah,
you know,
that's you're still fucking
about to turn 20.
just slugging it out.
Yeah.
Nice.
The only guy I know that was young like that, I was just talking to somebody else about it. He was in town. Mike Campbell from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers was here this weekend. Like, that's the only guy to me that's always been a grown up as a musician, even when he was young in his 20s.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stayed out of the way of the song.
Man, Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. That
Yeah.
was...
Were they big in Pakistan? Yeah.
No, dude,
Oh, really?
I didn't discover them until I moved to the U.S. And when I did, I was like, honestly, so we're going to talk about Chocolate, who he was the one who really got me into,
Huge fan of that.
yeah, a lot of music that I never knew I would ever come across. Like, I never knew who Sade was, or, you know.
Hold on, time out. You know who I was listening to earlier?
Sade?
No. Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan.
You were?
Yeah, I was.
Oh, man, he
Yeah.
is absolute legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. You want to hear a terrible story? And then
Go
you
for
can
it.
go on with your
Yeah.
thing? Fucking... I fell in love with him in the early 90s. Peter Gabriel had
Peter
some
Gabriel,
label,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he put out his, like, and I went and got it. And
Yeah.
I'm very attracted to monotonal
Just
music
like-
that puts you in a trance. I'm
Yeah.
very attracted to it.
Yeah.
So I loved it. I loved it. I remember I was out in California with Einar making a record, and my ex-wife called, and she was like, "Hey, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan, Nusrat Fateh Ali Khan's going to be in the Woodlands, but it's like the day after you get back home,
Yeah.
which is also like 2 days before you leave." And I was like,
Can't do it.
"See him next time." Died
And
like
then-
2 months later. Fuck.
That guy had some
Amazing.
pipes. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, the greatest singer in the world. Well,
I think so,
like
yeah.
in the
yeah,
90s,
of
he-
course, like, he is considered an absolute legend, like,
Yeah.
all over the world,
Yeah.
especially in South Asia and the subcontinent.
You listen to him?
No.
He even did like a record like with Eddie Vedder.
Oh, yeah, he
He
did.
did like
yeah,
that soundtrack
yeah.
with that Sean Penn movie.
Exactly. What was that movie called?
Can't remember, but man,
That
that's
was a trippy
fucking-
movie, yeah.
Ooh, shit, man. Yeah, that's a heavy
That was
movie.
a good one.
The dude on death row kind of coming to terms with his whole thing before he dies with a nun and just their conversations. Very heavy movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't remember what that movie's. Dead Man Walking. That's the name
think
of that
so,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Anyway.
another movie, but yeah, he's done a lot of stuff for the world.
So
Crazy, not a lot of people know, as like, since I've
yeah,
been in the industry, not a lot, that name doesn't come up too often. So
there was a guy, Jeff Buckley, in
Yeah.
the 90s that was a short-lived dude, but he also, like, very much in every interview was always talking about, that might have been where I heard about him.
okay, yeah,
But yeah, then I dove deep.
yeah.
Except I wouldn't drive to the Woodlands.
Yeah, that's all right. Well,
God damn it. Anyway, so you were saying that chocolate has introduced you to a lot of music.
yeah, the Western music for sure. Like, for me, like, it was the bands that I knew were like Guns N' Roses and like all those, classic rock that I used to see on MTV.
Yeah.
And that was like Nirvana, like all of those bands were just like, that was, and the metal bands, of course. So that was like my knowledge of the music of the West.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go on the East Side, yeah, I was listening to a lot of other shit too. So
Right. But bands like Iron Maiden and shit are huge.
Oh,
there,
yeah,
right?
I
Like,
think-
huge.
that was the first huge band I saw
Yeah.
in the U.S. and it was in San Antonio.
Oh, that's the right place to see it.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. And Chocolate was there with me,
Yeah.
so that was a good memory.
You saw Scorpions pretty recently.
I saw Scorpions 3 weeks ago in,
Oh, yeah.
in Vegas.
How was it?
Dude, amazing. They played, like, of course, they're all old,
Yeah, I know.
but holy shit, they got it. Like, the drummer Mickey D, who used to play with Motorhead,
Uh-huh.
that was like my biggest thing to see him, and he did a solo. It was out
He
of
was
this
the
world.
double kick guy?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he was great. It was fun.
You glad you're not doing double kick?
I'm really glad I don't. Yeah,
used to do it a little
I
bit.
used to do it, but I use double kicks now. It's just like a Phil Patton, and like
Right.
I don't want to. Well, I'm nothing against double kicks and double kickers, but I'm
You're-
past that.
Pro double kick.
Yeah,
You and I.
I just suck at it.
Cool.
You know, me and Einar were in a band that was signed. We were signed to Lars Ulrich's label.
wow. So is he? So
Talk about
is he a
double
dick?
kick.
In that band?
You know, man. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no. He's who he is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's got his opinions. But he really loved us, and he let us do a lot of shit that most people wouldn't let other people do, like throw a record away and then go make another one.
Did he talk
On
to
our
you with
own.
a toothpick in his mouth?
Sometimes, yeah. No, but he would go, Johnny fucking Gowdy.
That sounds like him.
If anything ever happens to Jason Newsted, we're gonna get Einar in the band.
Oh man.
Then when Jason left Metallica, we were assigned to their label, and like people would come up and be like, "Dude, so is Einar going to play with Metallica?"
Dude, so y'all were signed by Lars Ulrich.
But
Wow.
yeah,
How's that?
man, it was a vanity label. He was in the band that made like 1/4 of the income for all of Elektra Records at that time, like the late '90s. They dominated the '90s. They were the
Yeah.
biggest band in the world.
Absolutely.
And so, I mean, there's a whole Einar and I did a whole podcast about it, just me and him talking about it. It's fucking crazy. I'll send you guys a link.
yeah, I love
It's
to see
actually
that.
worth a listen because it's fucking insane what we did. And then we ended up selling like fucking 10,000 records or something at
That's
the
awesome.
end of it.
Yeah. That's amazing.
So, like everything down to like our record came out the week after he took, like when he went up against Napster one day, like live on TV, he took, like he rolled up boxes of names to Napster of everybody that had illegally downloaded Metallica music. And he had this van full of boxes. Well, our record came out the Tuesday after that, and we were totally associated with him.
Oh man.
And so there was a lot of reasons, but that was a huge, like, whoa, like we were like a sideline of history, like sort of like a shrapnel. We got some of the shrapnel of his little explosion
Damn.
against everyone in the world.
I'm imagining Einar being in the Some Kind of Monster documentary
Yo.
where he's just trying out for bass.
You know what's funny is we had this talk about this, and it might have been even on that podcast we talked about it, but I remember having this talk with him where it was like that we lost touch with him, and everything had gone wrong, but everything was going wrong with his band, everything was going wrong with our band, but we couldn't reach him anymore. Because famous people, like when you can't reach them, you can't reach them. Like they're, people that famous, like if they don't leave the channel open, you can't find them. You can't just go find Lars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So anyway, I forgot where I was going with that long fucking
I
explanation.
totally forgot how we
Anyway.
picked up that topic too, so.
Whatever.
all
Oh,
good.
but when I went and saw Some Kind of Monster a couple of years later, I was like, oh, that's why he wasn't calling back. You know what I mean? Because like he had his own shit going on.
Man.
Yeah. And deal with me and my friend Einar's problems.
Oh yeah.
So dudes, I want to ask you about playing live and doing that stuff. You were talking about Ableton. There's electronic elements to your music. I don't know how much of it interferes with what's happening when the organic way live. I mean, if Kara just plays keyboards or if there's stuff that you guys play to, because nowadays people play to things.
We don't have any laptops on stage,
Yeah,
no
not
tracks.
yet.
That's great.
We've been
Yeah.
like playing with the idea of like having
In your,
some samples
Yeah.
triggered and like, but
But I think that's about it. I feel like
Yeah.
we're so like when we play live, we enjoy like the whole rawness of like,
Yeah.
you know.
just
Yeah,
all
yeah.
the
I think we
chaotic
also
fuck-ups.
kind of enjoy
Yeah.
recordings like that more.
Yeah.
Where it's just like in
Yeah.
your, it's just like coming out as, because we consider ourselves more of a live band
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we have that energy and like we try to do whatever we can.
Did you guys record these tunes in the new bubble
Old
Or
bubble.
the old bubble?
The
Okay.
one in the Hyde Park.
during COVID?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
God. Poor
whole-
Frenchie.
whole
Every
mess.
time everybody stopped working and went outside to do, that poor guy was wiping everything down. Were you guys there during that time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were masked up and
Jesus, that was no fun.
no, we don't like. The recording
It really
part was
wasn't.
great, but the whole thing was like,
Yeah, no, the
I-
recording was great
yeah.
and everything, but just that whole aspect of life just sucked.
yeah, it
That was not
just
cool. We had a bunch of stuff planned that summer,
We
right?
yeah.
We were gonna-
So we've tried to schedule 2 tours. One was in 2017 with the other guitar player, the ex-guitar player, and shit happened in the band, and he left.
That's right. I like Brett better. I
Yeah,
don't even know who that guy is.
Have you listened to the old record?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
you don't have to.
Okay.
I don't have to. Or I do?
No, you can.
Okay.
It's on Bandcamp, but
Archived
archived.
in the vault.
Yeah, but in 2020 we were trying to do an East Coast tour, and then shit happened again.
Yeah,
So now we're just like we're not even trying to book anything at the moment.
Yeah.
And just go to the bubble next month. We have 3 days booked.
Is it easy for you guys to get out and like play shows regionally, even like San Antonio, Dallas,
We've
or
done a
Houston?
couple.
or anything?
We've done definitely in Texas, but
We went to Oklahoma.
Oklahoma,
last
yeah.
fall. Yeah,
That
that was
was-
something.
Dude, Oklahoma's killer, dude.
Yeah, we went to Norman.
We went to Norman.
And,
yeah, it was.
Yeah, I just saw a fucking video from Pleasure Venom playing in Norman.
oh,
this
yeah?
huge show.
Where'd they
Like
play?
in the street.
Is
Some
okay.
kind of
street?
festival, street festival.
Norman Street Festival? Is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're talking about that Norman Music Festival. That's what happened recently.
Where's that? What's the gig normally in Norman? There's a place.
We played it
Yeah,
called
there's
the
this
Deli.
tiny.
Yeah, the deli.
Yeah,
That's been there for
Yeah.
fucking like 40 years or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I played there a lot.
Yeah?
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a cool spot.
It's a cool
Yeah.
little tiny dive that's packed always.
We went there on a game day against
Oh,
Nebraska.
yeah. And it was all
And
kinds of people that you.
Yeah, we like kind of like sometimes we wear like, you know, the same color of like a jumpsuit or like outfit. And then I guess we were wearing the same colors as Nebraska, the opponent. And it was like the night of the game day. So like all night people were just like, F you, like, get out of here.
Phew.
We're just like, okay, we're just like playing a show at the deli. And
You don't
going
even
home,
know
right?
about
we had
sports
no
ball,
idea.
dude.
I didn't even think about it, but who is in charge of what happens like with the style and the
Oh man, I
the
don't
costuming and the
Well,
makeup and
Before that, we were just like doing like, all right, black or white, red and yellow. You know, we have this group text, so we pick a color,
Right.
or we
okay.
do like, all right, jumpsuits today, or like
It's a jumpsuit
flowy
night.
shit, or it's band T-shirts and blah blah blah. Yeah, I don't think we've done band T-shirts yet,
I don't
but
think so. I mean, sometimes
Colors,
it happens
yeah.
for me anyway, but
and some days we're just like, you know what, wear whatever, dress your best, or
yeah,
do
just look nice.
just look nice. But there's no in charge. It's honestly the day off we decide, and sometimes they plan ahead. But
Is it a pretty bandy band? That's what I'm getting from you guys.
Bandy.
we are
Like, you know, if you listen to something like that, then you just think it's Kara. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
how the average guy does.
I think we love hanging out with each other.
Yeah.
and we like
You create together.
we create together, and sometimes when we can't create, we just like, all right, let's go to Nickel City.
Yeah,
And,
Would you guys invite me there?
I would love to, dude. Oh, he lives right behind.
I'm
No
right
way.
next to it, yeah,
You're a
Yeah.
neighbor guy.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm a neighbor guy. Yeah,
It's a neighborhood joint. Where,
East Side neighbor guy.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like, you can tell, like, you know, obviously, yeah, you know, when you hear guitar like that, you assume that a guitar player with some kind of idea of what he's looking for has input into the music. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Isn't just playing like what somebody said. And I was
no,
no,
yeah.
no, and you know, I don't know. You guys have great songs, and
Thank you.
and the video I've seen. I'm sorry I wasn't at that show on Saturday. I was in Houston.
Oh,
It's all
Valhalla,
good.
Yeah, yeah.
It was a
good
fun
time.
show. Yeah,
Yeah.
It started pouring. Right
Yeah.
after it was kind of up
it
in
was
there.
super rocking.
Where'd you play?
Valhalla.
Where's
It's across from like, you know what Sidewinder was, or X Beer Land.
Experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Elysium,
Jesus. God, it's hard to.
It's
like,
a metal.
Everything's
spot, yeah.
changed.
It's such a cool.
It's a
bar,
metal
man.
spot?
Yeah,
No-
it's grungy. It's like they pour your shots big, and I like that. And it's got this outdoor / the other part of the bar that's you can smoke in
It's
there.
like the metal sunroom.
Yeah.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
metal
Rocky,
silver,
you're
yeah.
rock and roll, aren't you?
I don't give up on the idea of indoor smoking just yet. And if you know, it's like I don't even know where I'm going with this, but I just love. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I quit smoking back in August. I got COVID and I quit. Except, you know, I do this now. Except for at South by Southwest, I'd had a couple of drinks and we were on this panel for AMF and Anar was smoking. And I was like, looking at him and I was like, give me one of those. Him and Frenchie make it look good.
Well, yeah. Frenchie,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
You're like,
on this,
"Ah, that looks
sci-fi shit
delicious."
now, so
Yeah.
it's like,
it is delicious. It's just can't do it all the time.
yeah. I got it.
How about that Scott Collins?
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, it's a
Love
good
that
dude.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's got a great property.
Jesus.
God. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
Your
place is-
backyard.
Holy
Tell you
shit!
what, Rosie loved it there.
Oh, of course
She
she
loves
yeah.
it there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rosie should come hang out while we're recording.
Yeah, I want to come hang out while you guys are recording.
Yeah.
You guys allow friends?
We
Or
do.
Are we
Yeah,
friends?
absolutely.
Right? You're going to call me when you go to Nickel City.
Will do.
Yeah.
Got your
And
number.
also, when are you guys playing again?
Oh man.
Do you know offhand?
I think we're
I think we'll have
kind of on hiatus, but we'll play it a couple
Well,
more times.
probably-
Ladyfangmusic.com is where people,
Yeah.
those of you listening to
Yeah.
this weird conversation.
exactly. Instagram,
Instagram and
Twitter.
Who handles the social media stuff? Do you guys
I
split it
do
up?
all the boring stuff.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I book and do all the social media. I'm the uncool person in the band.
that's not true.
No, you're the guy to know in the band.
Yeah.
Rocky, you're the guy that answered the email.
I did.
So you're the
yeah.
Lars of the band.
He's our
Yeah.
he's our lawyer.
I'm just missing a toothpick.
You
Yeah.
you don't have that big of an accent at all.
Dude, yeah, I don't know where, when, and how it happened, but I guess just adapting. You know, it's just, I don't know exactly when the transition happened, but I grew up religious Christian, and my parents sent me to this like, British
Oh.
school, so we were all conversing in English, and like I feel like going to the parish and stuff and like talking to, you know, and that just like improved my English, and like the whole accent stuff was the change that I don't even know when it happened, why it happened, but here I am.
Rock you like a hurricane. Can he still hit those notes? Klaus? Here I am. I mean, can he do it?
Oh yeah, he can. Sorry. Oh, dude,
You
he
definitely can.
he was
He's
just
still there?
he was just standing like this,
Yeah, yeah.
and he was giving it.
Shit.
Yeah,
man.
right. Like,
Damn.
What do you guys, can I ask you this weird question?
Yeah.
And it's kind of broad, but what do you guys want? Like, as a Ladyfang, do you guys ever like, you know, what are you doing all that social media for? What are you going and recording these records for?
personally,
To go all the way? Like, do you guys want to be on the road,
We
living
wanna
the
hit the
dream?
road.
I would love. That's my
We-
dream. I've
we wanna
like
hit the road.
never hit the road, and that's what I want to do. Because that's one. I think that's the only way for us. Because we're a fucking great life band and all.
Yeah.
And we've gotten off stage and people are like, hey, you know, you guys are there, you can make it, you have everything. But it's just like, we haven't been on the road, we haven't played in different cities, we've played every fucking club in Austin. And I think we're just burnt out in a way that, no, I mean, we appreciate the local community love and like playing in Austin.
But it's time to
it's
time
time
to spread
to
the wings.
get
Yeah.
out there.
There's nothing wrong with being from Austin. You don't have to
Yeah.
just be in Austin all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know, the whole part of being a band, working with everybody's schedules and their jobs and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So that part's the only thing that.
What about playing wise? Are you guys just all in Ladyfang?
Currently,
Well-
we're like Ladyfang, since we're gonna take things a little bit slow and quiet down and work on this record, really like give it everything we got. Meanwhile, Brett and I are also playing in different projects. I started playing drums with Billy King and the Bad, and
Just to keep your chops.
just to keep my chops
Yeah,
and just
yeah,
to
yeah.
explore new
stuff.
and you know,
Yeah. Rob shreds now.
I
Rod's
want
a
to play
shredder.
live all the fucking time because I like performing.
Yeah.
I'm not, you know, the best out there, but I just like, I don't want to stop.
Yeah.
It'll drive me insane, and the people around me,
Mhm.
especially my girlfriend.
Shout out Kelly.
Shout out Kelly.
Kelly.
But
Yeah.
yeah. And then I've just been doing, you know, those like kind of like one-off things with doing like
Mhm.
videos and like There's another band called Daymares that's just getting started. And then just a couple things with friends.
Yeah.
Mainly just focusing on the bubble right now. Just
But
kinda
I feel
So
like
engineering there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pro Tools, engineer.
Shit moves fast, man. You can't really be a fucking, like, what? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know
You
what
just
I
gotta be
mean?
like,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
And then like
yeah.
2 seconds, you're like, our eyes are like darting
Yeah.
around. Like, okay, cool.
man, I don't know how to do
Things
that.
gotta like go, go, go. But
Yeah.
so I've been learning a lot about that.
I remember my video editing days, and I just at one point it was like worked an entire, and then sat in the office and I binge watched Breaking Bad, and I stopped working, and then almost got fired.
Yeah.
I think you'd definitely get fired if Frenchie caught you.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no way that would fly, man.
I don't know. You might do something else.
Yeah. Well, dudes, it's been great talking to you.
Dude, this was
And it
lovely.
Really,
This-
like, I really do love your band. Your
Thanks,
tunes are
man.
great. I want to see you live. I'm going to go back and listen to that first record.
Please, yeah,
Reserve
for
my
sure. Go
judgment
for it.
about how much I love you.
I don't
Just
play any of those songs anymore.
we don't, and don't make sure you don't listen to the drums.
Okay.
Oh, they're great. Stop.
Yeah, I guess people just should keep up with you guys at ladyfangmusic.com.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool that I caught you at a weird time where you weren't just having to promote this one thing, which gets kind of
Just
old
hanging out,
sometimes. You're just
man.
hanging out,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, this is. I've never done a podcast.
You never have?
I haven't
No,
either.
so this
Oh,
is
awesome.
Yeah,
this
is
was
the
like
first time
I
I've
was.
ever-
I didn't know what I was expecting, but
Take
we
a
just
sticker. We'll
we just
take a
started,
picture
yeah.
and everything.
I love it.
These songs are great. You guys are great.
Thanks,
Everyone go
Johnny.
check out ladyfangmusic.com. Stream and download wherever it is you do your thing.
See you at
Bandcamp.
Nickel City.
Nickel City, baby. That's Brett Markin and Rocky Joseph from Austin band Ladyfang. What a great, great band. Get out there and check out their singles, Sidewalk, Narcissist, How Long, Replay. You're actually hearing the song Sidewalk right now. Or you did just a second ago. Sorry. And you'll hear the rest of it in just a minute when I stop talking. What a great band. Get out there and check them out. Ladyfangmusic.com. Go buy their music on Bandcamp if you can. Stream their stuff. Follow their socials. And go to their show Saturday, June 25th at the ABGB in Austin with the band Half Dream. All right? Find them at ladyfangmusic.com. I want to thank Rocky and Brett Markham for coming by and talking. I get it right now, right? In the thing, I was like, Macron, Chamargon. I wrote it down wrong. But it is Brett Markham and Rocky Joseph from Ladyfang. Great band. Hey, gang, don't forget when you're out there checking out ladyfangmusic.com, you can subscribe to this podcast wherever it is you find podcasts, be it Spotify, Apple Podcasts, TuneIn, Overcast, Stitcher, anywhere you find podcasts, new shows. New shows all the time. Twice a week, every Tuesday, every Friday. Like it, share it, do what you can. Enjoy the rest of this song, Sidewalk, from Ladyfang, and have a great week, whatever it is you're doing. Let's get down.